Good morning, Facebook. Happy Saturday. We got a weekend edition of Beast Mode Accountability. This is episode 2, and I want to pop on quick here, guys. And today I'm going to dive into a topic that I think will help a lot of people, start making those transitionary steps. What's up, Ricky? What's going on, brother? I think this will help a lot of people make those transitionary steps towards breaking out of a shell, breaking out of being stuck in the mud when it comes to transitioning and growing and becoming something that you're proud of, somebody that you're proud of, right? And that is that when you are looking towards, bettering yourself and becoming something again that you're proud of, and whether that's building a business, whether that's getting in shape, whatever it is, right? I want you guys to think less about what's up, Ricky, Brian, sorry, brother. I want you to think less about what it is that needs to get done, because that can become incredibly overwhelming, especially in the early days, right? I used to talk about it like, picture yourself as somebody. Think of like building a house, right? If somebody were to come up to you and say, hey, you got to build a house, and you're going to get overwhelmed, right? Because if you're not a carpenter, you have no idea. It's just, you see the final product, you see the house, it's massive. It can be incredibly difficult and overwhelming, and most people will be like, I'm not even going near that, never mind, it's not going to happen, right? But when you think about more or less about who you need to become first, and don't worry about the house yet, right? So, okay, all right, build a house, cool. Okay, so, well, then that means I need to become a professional grade carpenter. In order for that to happen, I need to do this, and that. I need to kind of educate myself. I need to get some experience. I need to get some practice. Think about who it is that you need to become, right? In entrepreneurship or the business world, or even again, if it's just, say you're 200 pounds overweight and you want to lose some weight and get in shape, right? At the very beginning, when you visualize that final product, it can seem so far away that it can become overwhelming and almost impossible for you to even think about tackling, right? But if you start by taking kind of those baby steps, which start with who you are as a person, I think you're going to find that it's a lot easier to make that end goal become a reality. Obviously, it's going to take time. But the bottom line is, if you start changing the way that you're wired, if you start changing your daily habits, your daily routines, when I say becoming the person, that you need to be in order to achieve that goal, as opposed to thinking about that goal right away, for example, right? Accountability. Okay, well, I am somebody, I want to open up a couple businesses, okay? Well, geez, that's pretty damn overwhelming, isn't it? But if you are somebody that wants to do that, and you are somebody that is, staying up late every night, drinking beer every night, and because you're doing that, you're not getting up in the morning, and you're kind of, you don't eat super healthy, so you're not super energetic throughout the day. You never take the time to read. You never take the time to educate yourself on the businesses or the fields that you want to get into, right? So when you think about the fact that I want to open this business up, it's going to be overwhelming because you're not set. You haven't set yourself up to even be in a position to make those things happen, right? So when you start trying to think about making those things happen, that's when you're gonna throw all the excuses out. Why I can't do it because I don't have enough time. Well, you do have time. You're just not making the right decisions, and you're not living the right way to allow yourself to have that time, right? So why do I say think about who you need to be before you can even start to think about tackling that goal? That means looking yourself in the mirror, having a bit of accountability, and start making the shifts, Start going to bed earlier at night. Start getting up earlier in the morning. Start educating yourself on the fields that you want to get into. Start eating healthy. Become somebody that you can be proud of, right? Start doing things that make you feel better about yourself, about who you are. The self-awareness game, exactly. And get yourself in that position, because once you start becoming a disciplined person really is what I'm trying to get towards, is becoming a disciplined person. Because once you are at a stage where you're a disciplined person, I promise you, things are going to seem a heck of a lot easier to you. I can say that to you guys firsthand through some of the things that I've been through, that I've gone through, the person that I used to be, the person that I am now. I can promise you If anything now, my days are more jam-packed, right? If you would have asked me 5 years ago, 6 years ago, at that time I would have had only my daughter, all right? I would have been more or less a single dad at the time. And, I would have been like, there's no way I can do anything. There's no way I can even think about taking anything more on because I've got a daughter, I have to go to work. It's just like, by the time I get home, it's, I have to get my daughter to bed and then I have like an hour and then I'm in bed and it's just, there's no way that I can get it done, right? Now, fast forward, I've got 2 more kiddos, I've got a lovely wife, I've taken on so much responsibility in so many different avenues, and I'm still in a position where I'm like, yeah, gimme. Why? Because not because of some magic that just happened, not because I have something that other people don't have in my DNA. No, it's because of shifts that I made in my personal life. It's because of becoming a healthier person, stopping the drinking, going to bed earlier, getting up earlier, doing all of these things, right? It's just that is what allowed for the shift to happen, right? And I'm not perfect, guys. I'll still have drinks. Hey, me and Kylie went out last night, had a beer last night, and of course you guys know I like my whiskey. So it's not like you have to be this perfect person, but it's making these shifts and it's making these changes to your daily habits, to your disciplines, to your routines that allow yourself to be in a position where you can start taking on bigger and better things. And you know what? For everybody out there, this may not ring true because I know successful business owners that when you look at how they handle themselves, when you look at their personal lives, when you look at their health, what's up, Fiona, what's going on? When you look at everything going on in their world, you're like, man, how in the hell do you pull everything out doing it the way that you do it? There are people out there that do this, all right? This is just my personal experience with what has allowed me to make some of the shifts and some of the changes that I've made. All right. Honestly, guys, it's discipline. It's becoming a person that you can be proud of, that when you lay your head down to bed at night, that you're giving your all. That you're transforming as a person. When you wake up in the morning, you're anxious to wake up. You're happy to wake up because you know what lies ahead for you, and things are different, and when you build those self-disciplines, it just unlocks massive doors for you of opportunity, and it creates just a power. It creates a power within you whereby at that point you start looking at that end goal that maybe a year ago seemed impossible. Now it's like, you know what, I can do this. I'm ready for this. I'm in a position now because I've put myself in a position as a person to become a person that I know can handle that, right? And this is a massive topic, guys. This is something that honestly can branch off into probably 20 or 30 subtopics as far as getting yourself in a position personally, where you can tackle the goal, right? So massive topic. I'm not going to dive into all the different avenues. I just want to leave you with that tidbit, just kind of that golden nugget, I guess, for you to kind of chew on. That if you are somebody that's struggling, getting out of the mud, right? You're stuck in the mud. You have this goal. You've had these massive aspirations, and you just seem to be spinning your wheels, right? Try it. If you haven't done this, try it. Take a step back. Stop worrying about the goal. Stop worrying about that massive end result. Stop worrying about trying to do things that, towards that goal, and start worrying about doing things towards yourself. Start worrying about, and I don't want to say worry because that's not the word I want to use, but start thinking about putting yourself in a position, creating yourself to become the person that's capable of handling those goals. Because I promise you, if you become that person, if you can get that self-discipline just by Newton's theory of motion, all right, you're gonna get shit done. It's just the way the world works. I promise you, when you are becoming a positive person, when you're putting positivity out to the world, when you're making shifts and changes to make yourself a better person all around that is capable of handling bigger and better things are just naturally going to happen. I promise you, all right? So that's what I'm going to leave you guys with today. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Ricky, Brian, Fiona, Andrew, I just saw you pop in. Appreciate you guys tuning in. This is episode 2 of Beast Mode Accountability. I'm going to be seeing you guys bright and early every morning I love you to death, and have an amazing, amazing Saturday.